to Matchy Matchy Monday. I'm sorry I took the week off last week. My family went on a little vacation to do some snow skiing and survived without any major injury. Thank heavens. I always worry about that. I did break a nail, but that's the worst that happens, so that's not too bad. So I'm ready to be back and start stamping and getting some videos up for you. So today for Matchy Matchy Monday, I'm going to put up the card and the envelope for this, not only matching but also some different textures involved in that one, so that's kind of fun. But before I do that, we got a few things to take care of. You'll notice that I don't have a candle on the candle warmer because I'm going to put a new one on today. I've never used this because I always thought it looked so cute. Seriously, I am changing that. I'm not saving stuff anymore. And this one, the smell is Fireside, and I guess I don't really have to tell you what it smells like because they named it Fireside. It's really good. So I'm going to put that on my warmer as soon as we get done here. I'm also going to put on my boots for today. Even though I will say that in North Dakota we have been warm lately, like in the 60s, and it's only March. So it's pretty amazing. If you came through here and looked around town, you would see everybody out in their shorts acting like it was 90 degrees out, because we're all so excited to have it not be quite as blustery as it has been. So I'm going to go put my shoes on, put my candle on the warmer, and I'll be back to show you how to make that card.
All right, fancy stampers, I have all my materials here ready to go, and I just want to point out a couple of things that I'm using today. I'm using the rich raspberry color for both ink pad and paper, along with Daffodil Delight. Then I also have the stamp set You Brighten My Day. I am using the Paper Pack Moonlight Designer Series paper, which has this wonderful selection of different patterns that I can use. And you'll see how those match up so perfectly to be with our Matchy Matchy Monday. I'm also using some washi tape, and this is really exciting for you to see because this currently is on the clearance rack on my website if you want to shop with me, and you can get the Autumn Designer washi tape for only $2.49. There's 3 rolls. In fact, I can show you which rolls come with those. These 3 rolls of washi tape for only $2.49, regular $4.95. So those are currently on the clearance rack, and they might not be there long. So if you want those, please go to my website and check those out. Then I'm also today going to be showing you a couple of new things, and that is I'm going to use the Big Shot with the large polka dot folder. You'll see how that works. And one of my punches, one of my favorite punches, the little note tag punch. And I'll be using my adhesive. So that's basically everything that I need. So let's get going. Alright, for my card base today, I'm going to be using a piece of rich raspberry cardstock. That is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that is cut in half to give me a 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece when it is folded over. So that's the card base. I'm going to set that aside for now. Well, I guess I will kind of want that out here. I'm going to be mounting on that a piece out of this designer pack. Oops, I'm going to show that to you. It's Moonlight Designer Series. They are some gorgeous pieces of designer paper in here. And this is the piece that I'm going to be using. And there are 2 sides to them. I'm going to use this. I think it's adorable when matched up with that rich raspberry paper. And what I'm going to do is just trim this piece down so that it fits with a border showing. So I will be cutting that to about, oh, this is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch off each side of that. So I'm going to cut that. All right, I have trimmed that piece down. So what I'm going to do right away is just mount that onto my card. So I'm going to take my snail adhesive here. Oops. And when you apply the snail adhesive, if you kind of pull it off to the right, which I don't always do, but it really avoids that little string of adhesive. So I'm going to mount that. I just think this paper is adorable on there. So I have that set up. Now what I want to do is I love the way this Daffodil Delight matches up with the yellows on the sheet. So I'm going to be stamping onto this. Now this is not cut to any specific size. This is just something I'm going to stamp with the rich raspberry. And I'm using this little tag, and I'm going to stamp this onto the yellow. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little tag punch, and I've opened that up. You can store them by clicking this shut. Oops, let me get this so I can show you. You can store them flat like that. We just push that release, and using it kind of, I guess what you would say is upside down, you can place your stamped image inside and pop that out. And now I have that little tag, which will eventually be on here. But something that I'm going to do, well actually, what I want to do right now is just take a little sponge, and I'm going to dab it into my rich raspberry just to kind of soften that yellow. I don't want that yellow to be super bright, so just a very small amount of sponging onto that, I think kind of gives it a little bit better look on there. What I want to do though is incorporate another piece of the rich raspberry cardstock, but I want to give this card some texture. So what I want to do is to get out my Big Shot, and I haven't ever demonstrated that before, so I'm excited to show you that. All right, here is my Big Shot machine. I'm going to set this up with my plates. Then I have my Big Shot folder here, which is the big polka dots. It's a folder because it opens up for you to put your cardstock inside of. So I'm going to set that inside. I layer that with the glass plates. They aren't glass, but the plastic plates. The glass would probably be a little dangerous. And I'm going to roll that through. And when I take this out, you can see, if I get this in the right light, can I get this for you to see it on here? Kind of hard with the lighting, but it has those polka dots raised on here, and I think it just gives great texture. All right, now I've told you before that I'm not somebody who does a lot of measuring, so I just want this piece to kind of have a strip that's going to go onto the top of the card with this mounted on it. So I'm going to use my cutter, get my Stampin' Trimmer in here, and I eyeball everything. I honestly don't do a ton of measuring. Maybe someday I'll be more patient for that, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I want that and trim that piece down. So what I'm going to be able to do then is just layer that as so. Now I will save this piece because I can use this one later, and it's already got those great polka dots on it. So that'll be a good thing to have. And I'm going to mount that a little bit off center. And I have this piece of cardstock so that it actually runs from end to end. And I'm going to mount that on top. Now basically, I think that's a pretty adorable card just the way it is, but I love this washi tape, and this hasn't been something that I've used a whole lot of. So, like I said, I found this on the clearance rack. So I'm going to find the edge of it there. And I'm just going to give a little texture, another texture piece here, down to the bottom. Just as so. I don't want to go over that piece. I'm going to trim that down. And this side I want to trim even with the designer paper. So I'm going to get my scissors in there and trim that down. I tell you, I've got, when I do this on video, you know, this is the real thing. It's not like I'm perfect by any means. There, we got that to fit. And there you have the card. Very matchy. It's got adorable elements with that wonderful designer paper and that little bit of washi tape that just gives a little added texture down at the bottom. And very quick matchy matchy card. All right, let's step this up to a true matchy matchy day and create an envelope to go along with our card. So what I want to do is to take my envelope, and I went back to my You Brighten My Day set, and I'm going to use the hearts and then the little heart that has love on it. So I've mounted those on each side of my block, and I'm going to open up the envelope because I just want to do it across the envelope just to give it a little bit of color and a little bit of interest. And what I want to do is I want to have that bigger heart in the middle and then just go out with those rows of hearts on the side. So what I like to do is start in the middle and then work my way out. That way I don't, you know, misguess where I'm stamping here. Working my way out is a lot easier. And the nice thing about these see-through blocks with these clear stamps is that you can see to line things up. It's always a little awkward for me going to the left. Oops, and I bumped myself. All right, so I have my little line, pull that in a little bit, little line of color on my envelope. So I have my matching envelope along with the card. So that's the project for today, using all sorts of things to give a little bit of different texture, and love those designer papers. Remember, you can get that washi tape on clearance. If you want to do that now, please go to my website and become a fancy stamper with me. I'd love to have you be part of my team. Leave comments below if you liked something in this video or if there's something else that you'd like to see me demonstrate. Have a great day!